Why am I as a Black woman so concerned about this? Because most of the kids, and I'm not saying all, but most of the kids that are in the foster care system are brown and Black. And they just haven't had any support under them, nor are they going to have any support under them unless we provide that support. My name is Reverend Dr. Marlyn Bussey, and I'm the pastor of St. James A.M.E. Zion Church in San Mateo. I am the third of 5 children, born to a military career man, and moved around a lot, but always came back to the Presidio of San Francisco. So that's where I call home. I never really had any challenges with race or ethnicity until I was 7, and we drove across country. And when we got to Tracy, California, it was nighttime, and there were lots of motels that were available. They said they were available, and my dad went into the first one to get a room, and he came back, and the sign changed from vacancy to no vacancy. And then we watched every single sign on that street turn from vacancy to no vacancy, and we ended up sleeping in the car. 4 kids, 2 parents in the car, and washing up at a gas station the next morning. And so that is when I realized that I was different, and that people didn't like us because we were Black. So it was a pretty rude awakening. I actually went to school to become a high school counselor, and I worked as a high school counselor for 25 years. In 2009, I was called up to be a pastor. I had been a minister for about 15 years. And so having an educational background, I was like, okay, God, what do you want me to do here? During my time of high school counseling, I worked with a lot of students who were either wards of the court or in the foster care system or wanting to be emancipated. And what I learned through working with those kids is that when they get 18, they are basically shown the door with no resources, with no help at all. And I was driving through San Francisco one day, and I actually saw one of my former students on the corner prostituting. And she wouldn't look at me. She wouldn't acknowledge me. And that was the point that I realized something has to be done. We have to do something different for these kids because they're just getting thrown away. It's a population that is at really high risk for homelessness. And so at that point I decided, okay, if I ever get the chance, I will do something to help. And so we started a free program where we fed the kids and did tutoring for them. That was the first thing. Then I went to my congregation and I said, I have an idea. I said, how about if we take the piece of land that's right next door to the church, completely underutilized, there's one little irregular duplex on that land. We tear that down and we build housing for foster care kids that are coming out of the systems. So we are in the process of building 5 studio units of housing for TAY kids, that's transitioning aged youth, from the foster care system. If we can give them a home that is theirs, a door that only they have the key to, their own bathroom, their own bed space, their own living space, that will give them the basics for them to not worry about their safety. And then we're going to help them to also get job trained so that they can have at least a chance at a good future. We're calling it New Beginnings.